Welcome back. I'm super excited to share the story of Anthony Landing Jr. with you. Now, he's a gamer who likes FPSs, loves to game. He had a stroke a few years ago and now he can't use his right hand. So we talk about what he's doing now to game. And I'm really happy to see that the kit that I've sent him has helped out a lot. We'll get into that later. Before we go to the interview, real quick, I just want to say a huge thank you to Able Gamers, who supports me doing this stuff, as well as the Patreon supporters who make all of this possible. Remember, all of these kits I send to people are free to them. Nobody's paying me for parts. Everything is paid for through donations, through Patreon supporters, or through people watching the videos. So without any further ado, let's meet Anthony and let's talk about his gaming. Let's start off first with telling me, who are you and what do you like to play? Let's talk about the games first.
So, my name is Anthony Landing Jr. I have to tell my dad that. But I play a lot of different kinds of games. Right now, my favorite game to play is this Diablo 4. Um, I have the new season started. I think next season will start next month. Not this coming month, the month after that. So I've gotten into that a lot. Um, my friends have helped me get really strong. So yeah, that's number one game that I play right now.
It's Diablo
Um,
4, huh? Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So the reason we are talking, of course, is because I sent a controller kit to you, but let's just touch on that for a second. If you could tell me a little bit about maybe the problems you have with gaming, and what you've tried before to help you game.
Okay. We'll go back a little bit. After my stroke, I have been playing one-handed, and I would just put my hand on the controller. Let me do this one like this, and I'll put it on my hand and play like this.
On the top of the controller, yeah, I've seen that a lot. I've seen that a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. The thing is, um, a lot of times, like if you want to play a shooter, you need to do way more than that. And I'm right-handed, so it was really hard to get back into it. So um, I looked online and found you actually,
Really?
and I was
Okay.
like, hey, I can definitely use that. I know it would take a lot of time to learn how to do it, but it only took me about maybe about a month, and I can play a lot of games like this. Um, it's been a game changer for me.
Oh, that's good
I
to
love
hear.
games.
That's good to hear. So
Yeah.
that you're saying the 3D printed kit is what has helped?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes.
fantastic. So,
It helped me way more than just one hand
yeah.
like this, playing like this. Like I'm used to it. My stroke was what 3 years ago, so my brain didn't just switch over.
Yeah.
So I was trying to play like this, and with the mod, um, even though one-handed, I'm playing not great, but good enough, better than regular players. Um, but going to with the mod, what there is a couple of things that I would not change, but upgrade is when I'm playing using my um, gamer check chair. Sorry, I had a stroke, so
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fine.
um, yeah. Sometimes it'll start. to flick flick up. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I'm playing. Yeah, I'm playing. Oh well, like I had a um, PS4 controller. I think that's broke too. um, but that one, it doesn't move. So when I play, it doesn't do that. But
Oh
I play, yeah, but I play on Xbox most of the time.
yeah.
If not, I use the Xbox controller on my PC. Um, That's about it with that. Everything else is, it's been great. I can't play it any another way. It's just
I don't get a ton of feedback on that modification. I usually send it out to people and I don't hear back from them unless it breaks, which happens a lot because it's thin 3D printed parts. But
yeah.
you've said that you really like it. So, like, how much of a difference do you think it has made in your playing?
Um, it's the most. I mean, most of the time, there was only a few games that I was able to play, and that was, you know, really badly. Um, um, I'm trying to think of the game. PSO, um, Fantasy Star Online.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I used to play that a lot. But playing that, I can play most of the buttons, but I would only play once on one side. So the other side is just dead.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I just one side, and it works for now. For at the time. Um, but having the mod, I can play most of my library on my on Steam. Um, I have a lot of games.
Well, good.
um,
That's exciting. That's
uh,
good to hear. So, I just want to point out again for the people watching, that's the one-handed kit designed by Akaki Kumari. I didn't design that one. It's a great kit. It's really, uh, really slick. If you wanted to say anything to Akaki, what would you say to him, Anthony?
man, I don't know what made you want to make this. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You are the best dude, man. You're the best, man.
I'll make sure he sees this. I will make sure he sees that. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. It's a fantastic kit, but as you're saying, like it's got issues. Like there's no way to make a perfect solution, right?
Yeah,
Some of the issues are it's brittle sometimes. Like your PlayStation One, you said is broken, and then sometimes like the parts flip around funny. As
yeah.
I've gotten better at printing them, so if you need a new PlayStation One, let me know. I'll send you a new PlayStation One that moves smoothly and instead of sticking. But
I definitely need that.
yeah,
Please.
I'd be happy to send that. But with the Xbox, I'm just now realizing that you're kind of new to this area of modifying the controller, right?
Yes.
Like you were just using a standard controller before, and so it makes me wonder if there's even more things we can do to help. Like, did your stroke affect your feet?
Yes. Um, so everything that was affected was on the right side. My speech was affected too.
Uh-huh.
Um, Everything on this side is, um, I mean, I can walk, um, kind of, not great, but I can walk. I can use my hands. Not great, a little bit. Not, not to play with a game, a video game, but um, it does work. But um, I can use my limbs to an extent. But
So, Xbox
uh,
has a
yeah,
Xbox has a cool feature called Copilot. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay, so with Copilot, what you can do is you can plug two Xbox controllers into an Xbox and use them both at the same time to control one person. So one example would be if you had a game that needed to use the triggers and you didn't have use of those fingers, you could actually use a second Xbox controller on the floor with a 3D printed part that lets you push the triggers with your feet.
Ah,
So,
I think I heard that. I didn't, my brain, I didn't think about that.
well, a lot of people don't know that this feature is there, so I wouldn't be surprised if you just hadn't heard, hadn't thought about it. But if you have two Xbox controllers, we might be able to come up with a way. If you're playing shooters, I know that single hand controller, it's really awkward to do the looking and the aiming on the same hand.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, I got used to it.
you did? Okay.
Yeah, I play uh, Fortnite, and I've been doing pretty good.
Have you?
I'm not, not the greatest, but I play pretty good for one-handed.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I was
But
just gonna say that I could actually send you for another Xbox controller. I could send you a big piece to where you could use your foot to move the thumbstick if you wanted. Now, if that doesn't sound good to you, be honest with me and with yourself. If that doesn't sound interesting to you, I won't bother sending it, right? But if you're interested, I can send something.
I'm definitely interested. I would have to. Yeah, I definitely want to try it because I never would have thought to do that. My
Okay.
brain and everything that was affected, like it was like it switched the way my mind works. So I never would have thought that could actually happen. That's
Interesting.
kind of cool.
Do you
That's
feel
actually pretty cool.
the change in how your mind works has affected how you play games?
Um, a little bit, not as much. Um, there are a few times that my brain doesn't understand exactly what is going on. So like if I'm playing a shooter and um, it takes a little bit more time for me to look around and see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The world, but over time, then I get used to it. But before, it was just, oh, I see it, there it is, right over there, gotta get him. I got that guy, you know.
Yeah.
But if somebody, most of the time, somebody has to be with me to play the game, and I'm like, okay, oops, sorry,
That's all right.
what did it fail?
There you go.
Um, yeah, I would get someone to help me out. And like, oh, I'm about to die. I don't know where he is. Please, please get that guy.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but most of the time, it's not. It doesn't happen often, but it's harder now.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have, playing video games, um, it would be kind of hard. All I would be able to do is um, cooking one-handed. Uh, that's a lot that I can't do now. Um, Having something to do when I'm not actually working on my arm and leg, um, something to unwind. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And it seems like games are a huge social. You get all that social interaction with people, and that's something a lot of people miss out on. Especially not you, but people who are wheelchair bound or bed bound. They miss out on a lot of that social interaction. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So let's talk about that 3D print that one-handed controller kit, you mentioned some frustrations, which are the parts, the button things flopping over sometimes, and I don't really know what I can do about that. But have you found any other aspects of playing with it that are really difficult or frustrating for you, or things that are easier than you thought they would be? Like I can't aim with it. I wish I could. I can't aim with it. But then again, I've only tried it occasionally. I don't play shooters with a controller. I don't play shooters, so I haven't gotten used to it.
No.
But it seems so hard to aim for me. What's like the toughest part for you?
You know, this is a hard question because most of the times, even before my show, there was an obstacle,
Uh-huh.
and that's a really hard word to say now.
Obstacle? Yeah, that's a hard one to say anyway.
Obstacle, yeah, obstacle. Um, but even before the stroke, I always find a way to just keep going. So most of the time, if it's hard, I just keep working at it, and then it works for me. You know what I mean? So there's not too much. Um,
Are there any games that you would like to be playing, but you still can't, even with this kit? Like I don't know, racing games or anything like that.
most games, most games with the mod I can play. Most games.
Well, that's good.
Ah, um, fighters. I'm trying because that was one of my my favorite games, kind of games that I love to play, and I was actually pretty good at it. Um, and it's really hard to play.
Yeah.
Either way, one-handed. So
Yeah,
I
because you
don't
gotta
know
hit
what I can change.
you gotta hit
Yeah,
buttons and directions at the same time, and with that one-handed
yeah.
mod, it's all your thumb, right?
Hmm.
So it seems like there would almost be a better controller for fighting for one-handed players that had the buttons under your fingers or something, and then the motion under your thumb or something like that, right? Like it seems like
Yeah,
there'd be a
yeah,
way to
yeah.
do it better for fighting. That's a good. I'm glad you said that. That's a good thing to think about. Is
Hmm.
is how we would do fighting with one hand, fighting games, because fighting games are insanely popular, and that kit won't work. You're right.
No. And
Interesting.
the idea that you brought up, that I can put it on the floor and the move, that I can pop. We'll see. We'll try that. We'll see
Might
if
take
that
some
works.
practice. Well,
Yeah.
let me ship you an Xbox controller where what I'll do is I'll actually take out this little I'll actually take this out and I'll put a big flat one in. So then you could use your foot
That
on it
sounds
easier.
that sounds really good.
And
I
then
can definitely use that.
just try it. And if it doesn't work, no big deal. Like
Okay.
and if it works, great, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be happy to send that to you. I have some extra Xbox controllers sitting back here that were donated, and I can do
Thank you.
that, no problem. Do you
Thank you.
what's that?
I said thank
Oh,
you.
no problem. Do you stream or put out videos or anything like that?
No, but I want to. Um, this would this would be my first if I did.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be
Well,
putting this video out, but if you were to stream, if you had a stream, I was going to tell people to go find it, but if you don't have one yet, then there's nothing to tell them to go find, but
no.
they can do some searches, and if I remember, if you ever get one up, I'll put a link in or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you gonna do it on YouTube or anything?
yeah, this will go up on YouTube. After I edit it, it'll go up on YouTube.
I wanna give one shout out to my speech therapist, Ashley. Thank you. Before this, I couldn't talk at all
Oh,
after
wow.
the stroke. Yeah, so the only thing I could say is yes and no. Um, you never seen how I was able to talk before. It was affected, so I don't sound exactly like me anymore.
Okay.
Um, and my cadence all changed. So before this, um, talking was really hard. Um, anything, um, large words was really hard, and Ashley has helped me so much, man.
Well, that's
So I
good.
had to, I had to, I had to. I told her about it. So that's how we're gonna shoot her out.
Big shout out for Ashley.
Yep.
So, on the topic of you talking, when you play online, do you find that people treat you differently if they hear you talking? Do you talk on games?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes yes. A lot of times now. Um, we're I'm 37 now, so we get on Discord, and I don't want to hear that,
Yeah.
and I just talk to my friends because Joe for this. Joe to be hearing all this, I don't want to hear that. So,
Well, you look young for
we
37. You look really young. So,
thank you.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I'm excited. I always learn something in these, and I always come away with some idea that's going to help people. And I think from this one, the thought that we need a good one-hand fighting controller kit.
yeah.
I think that is a good lesson to take away from this, and I'm gonna start thinking about that. So thank you for putting that on my radar.
Please let me know.
Yeah,
Please let
yeah.
me know.
I'll try to think of something. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll try to think of something that'll work. Uh, boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to figure out, but we'll try to come up with something. All right, man. Well, with that, I just want to say thank you, and that will end the video.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you subscribe to this channel, it helps me out a ton, and I will see you on the next video.